Hi, folks. I just wanted to start with this particular event on August 9th, just because it looks so beautiful. Uh, if you'll notice these bright spots, uh, this is in regular speed, by the way. It seems to be spinning and pulsating and everything at one time. But I also give you the slow motion part of it here. And if you'll notice, these bright spots appear to be to get more and more active before it disappears. That was the one real uh, thing that I saw as a difference in slow motion. But this is a full spectrum camera that deals in ultraviolet, and this is just beautiful colors in ultraviolet. I did not see this. I was present while this was happening on August 19th, and it was there for about 15 minutes above the house. Didn't see it. And it's also shooting down a little beam if you want to go back to the previous video. And if you try the fifth tablet, I believe, of the Emerald Tablets of Thoth, you'll understand when I say when I mean a brother of light. I think these might be consciously uh, used as a drone by these guys, whoever they are. Anyway, back to the ninth, and this is just a little flash, but notice how weird the flashes are. There's edge detection. And a lot of these flashes are really as interesting as anything in the Stargate area. And now you can always tell. Notice that has a little like a orb beside it, and it has a hard edge. Um, but whenever you see that security camera centered, it'll be just off of the center between the date and the timestamp. And I try to move it around a little to show you that this is something in the sky. It's not something in the camera. It's just a really odd event. And then I'll bring that up and slow it down. And when you zoom in on these bright spots that happen like the end of a black hole, a white hole, say, you'll notice that they were all a very similar event. And this one was neat. It obviously appears structured. And no FAA lights. Little edge detection applied. You can clearly see it's got a structure to it of some sort. And I noticed that kind of a crawly movement, a worm-like movement in a lot of these UFOs or unidentified objects in the air. Because that's all I can say. If it's a flash or a slow brightening like this, and these are all real interesting as they come up into brightness. But notice they kind of filter out to the right and then get bright and then they fade. These are all time dated events. So I have to think that the government is well aware of everything here because it's a stationary event. And that was real fast, believe me. At the speed of light. It doesn't look like a meteorite. I'm sorry. And notice a little worm-like movement. And there's another flash. It doesn't look like a meteorite. I don't think meteorites bend. As they travel through the night. Again, I tried to go real slow motion with some of these apparent portal openings. And there you see the upper right hand. Again, no FAA lights, so you know I have to consider that it's unidentified. Just fades away. There are no clouds, by the way. Perfect weather. And I'll try to get you a little bit closer up so you can actually see the rotation of this, whatever it is. And there you can clearly see the rotation. It's a little odd. It's got a little fireball trailing to it. But it's clearly not a terrestrial regular vehicle that we're used to. If it's government owned, I'd like them to come out and tell us. I don't think secrecy in government was ever intended. And notice it's just right in between. Now this is on the 12th. I've got the security camera a little more centered, so the portal opening, the Stargate, etc., is going to be more centered in between the date and timestamp. And really, I don't mind putting up meteorites either. You know, just anything that comes up through the ultraviolet that I'm catching. I just never thought I'd get this many or find a Stargate. If that's what it is, I'm sure I've got no other explanation. As you can see on the August 13th video, just one night, the Stargate portal gets hit 8 times in the 2 hours. Now that was the Stargate portal. It hasn't been really active through August, and I thought it had quieted down due to my filming being public. I was putting on airs apparently. They don't care about me. Who would have thunk, huh? And I hope that some of the viewers realize this is a pretty affordable way to do some night vision, and they can mount it stationary. They go for about 2 hours at a time, and the memory cards hold a whole lot of memory. But I think there's a whole world out there in ultraviolet, and I wish some of y'all would join me, especially around military bases. This one is pretty near Edwards Air Force Base and March. There's a number of very, very high priority airfields in this area, along with the supposed underwater USO entrance at Malibu. So this would be a perfect place to put a Stargate. Besides, it's very easily identifiable when you're flying overhead, and I think that's one of the main things, besides being very centrally located, and that's very neat. Coming right out of the Stargate area, just amazingly fast. Just another little flash. And as this ultraviolet journey continues, I'll continue putting them out as long as the sky continues to have oddities and anomalies. Thank you very much.